$65 million contract extension, making him a Laker until 2028. Stephen A., your reaction on Slim Luka getting paid?
Very predictable. Wise move by the Los Angeles Lakers. They had no choice. He is the future. And a bad year for him. Injured, out of shape. He still averaged 28, 8, and 7. The brother is all world. And if he gets in shape and shows up on the defensive side of the ball, he'll be even more prolific. In the end, he's the future. He doesn't have a year or two left like LeBron James. He's got a decade left, if not more. And so you had to make that investment if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. I am shocked that he agreed to just 3 years. That's when he was eligible for 4 years at $229 million. Next year, if he had waited to sign, he would have got $296 million. But he's represented by Bill Duffy, and we know Bill Duffy knows what the hell he's doing. And bottom line, if he signed a 3-year deal, he'd be in a position in a couple of years to make exponentially more dollars. And so he is who he is. They did the right thing. We all know what time it is. And who knows, LeBron James might have more than that because in terms of his conditioning, he's obviously one of the greatest ever, period. But he takes great, great care of himself, of course. So he may be around for a bit longer than 2 more years if he so chooses.
Let's welcome in our senior insider, Shams Charania. And Shams, how did Luka and the Lakers come to an agreement on the first day he was eligible to sign that max extension?
I mean, it starts with Luka Doncic himself committing and finishing really this coronation of him as a franchise player for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward 6 months to the day that he was traded in arguably the most stunning sports deal ever. And listen, Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka, Luka Doncic's agent Bill Duffy, they've met and spoke on Saturday morning, but this is a pretty quick negotiation. It's been emotional last half year for Luka Doncic ever since that trade to the Lakers from Dallas. And what we've seen from Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, then Mark Walter, the new owner there in LA, is building that relationship with Luka Doncic and his inner circle, a close rapport there. And he could have been a free agent next summer, but he commits to this 3-year, $165 million deal. And the question is, why the 3 years? And it's because this summer, he was in line for $345 million Supermax deal if he was still a Dallas Maverick. Obviously, he was traded to the Lakers, and by getting that player option in 2028, he's going to have 10 years of service. He'll be able to opt out and be eligible for a 5-year, $417 million deal when he'll be able to recoup all the money that he lost by virtue of missing that Supermax. So some business sense, but there was going to be some level of commitment with Luka Doncic at some point this offseason. 3 years, 165.
Look, all I hear is a lot of M's and also just a new dawn here in LA. Shams with the latest. Don't go too far. The Luka extension has been a key point for the Lakers this offseason, and now they have him locked in through the 2028-29 season, which is a player option. Now with Luka in LA for the foreseeable future, here he is on his mindset after the new deal.
Yeah, honestly, I think we have a great team. We have what we need to compete for the championship. You know, I'll bring, we're already, brought, try to win every game, no matter what. And, you know, we got some new great guys being on the team, and, so, you know, we're going to go for it.
All right, now welcome in our two senior writers, Ramona Shelburne and Mark Spears. Ramona, you can hear the urgency in Luka Doncic's voice right there. What's your biggest takeaway from this extension?
This feels like Luka Doncic's team now. Like, he isn't just the guy that got traded to the Lakers. He isn't the guy who is figuring out what the heck happened and why Dallas traded him. He is the face of the Lakers now, and he was embracing it. Like, he chose them. And I think this was a remarkable job of relationship building over the last 6 months by the Lakers. 'Cause you have to remember, this man went through an ownership change in Dallas. Mark Cuban sold the team, and everybody in the thought was nothing was going to change there either. And, oh, guess what? Everything changed. Yeah. Mark Cuban was not running the Dallas Mavericks very quickly soon thereafter. And so I wouldn't blame him for having trust issues, okay? Like, the Lakers have been sold now, or they're going to be sold to Mark Walter, and Jeannie Buss is transferring power to Mark Walter over the course of a 5-year period or so. But over these 6 months that he's been here, he had to A, wrap his head around what just happened, B, embrace Los Angeles and decide, do I want to be here long term? And probably most importantly, do I trust these people? And so you got to give Rob Pelinka, JJ Redick, Jeannie Buss, and Mark Walter, who has had not just this meeting with him at the contract signing in the Backstreet Boys concert, but other meetings with his representatives to say, you can trust them. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to beg to differ with you.
Okay.
As long as LeBron James is in that locker room, they're co-stars. He ain't the face yet.
Yeah.
When LeBron leaves, I'll take the crown off and hand it over to Luka. And that was the elephant in the room there, right? Where was LeBron James at? I actually think it was a good thing that he wasn't there. I love that Luka got that amazing support from his teammates, and maybe that Backstreet Boys ticket and PJ to Vegas like that. Like, you know what? I think I will go. But like, if LeBron's there, then it takes the spotlight off of Luka a little bit. He deserved his day to be the guy, to enjoy his contract, to get the praise for that, to go to this con. I don't know that LeBron James wanted to go see Backstreet Boys either.
Probably not. LeBron was rocking out. Look at
right?
But I did hear, I think Dave McMenamin has reported that LeBron called. And to me, that's the respect that he needed to show. So I don't think there's any real elephant in the room there. But I do think that these two guys together, they're co-stars, they're co-superstars.
So who gets to say I want it that way?
You see? I see what you did there.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like Mark doesn't know the lyrics.
I can sing it.
I mean, I think Tell Me Why. Is that the song?
Wow, we got you singing.
That's like the only song that I know.
That's all he knows.
When LeBron James, if LeBron wanted to be there, he would be there. I have been to many Laker press conferences where
he wasn't at his son's first preseason game.
Okay,
he was with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico.
Now, do you remember when Frank Vogel was hired? It was after the summer where Magic had quit.
But why?
And they
but
tried
why was he there?
Because he wanted to show support.
Why?
Because it was his team.
But it was drama going on, right?
Yeah, because Magic had stepped down.
Yeah.
And then they went through a very strange coaching search where they didn't hire his guy, Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
And they ended up with Frank Vogel and LeBron, and there had been things that had been uncomfortable between the sides. And LeBron very clearly showed up, and he was wearing like a neon pink hat. At that press conference.
Sure
like, hey, by the way, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm showing my
But
support.
with his drama with the team right now, I think it would have taken away from Luka's press conference if he was there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think he made the right decision.
I feel like you win and you lose in both situations.
He can't, because of who he is, right?
Yeah, because of who LeBron is, it doesn't even matter. If he shows up, it could be a bad thing because he's trying to, take the spotlight. Or if he doesn't show up, it's a bad thing now because now you're not supporting Luka Doncic. So I guess it's a lose-lose situation.
But the fact that he called,
I
think that's
from this point on with this Luka extension.
I mean, I go back to that press conference on Saturday, certainly when Rob Pelinka addressed all the moves they've made. And the one thing that stood out is that they are not content, right? They're happy as far as what they had, but there's still work to do. And I think there's still a checklist here. So for me, it's the four things certainly to keep an eye on when this season gets going. The first is pre-free agency, I call it. Should they get a jump start on next offseason? Remember, there's 3 players on expiring contracts: Rui Hachimura, Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, $40 million in expiring contracts. Can they parlay that into a player that can help now and also next year? The second, do the picks have value? They have a 2031 or 2032 first-round pick. They have pick swaps in 5 years. They'll only have 1 second-round pick. We saw them as certainly aggressive in that failed Mark Williams trade.